Y'all, I just got off my period. Like, you would think that it would clear up. You see them? It's two dots. It could be from that bronzer, because I got a lot. I feel like it got worse when I put it on. I just got done with a run. I did how many miles? God, I ain't even took my seatbelt off yet. Let me get situated, because I got some not so safe. I don't know if they're even legal, honestly, but who gives a hell when it comes to your safety, girl? If you're going to be out here in these streets running, walking, out in the general public, you might just have to break the law to stay safe. First of all, let's see how far I did, because I've been so lazy. I don't know what's going on with me today, but I just couldn't get into it. It could be that, we talked this morning and I used all my energy doing that. And then by the time, I typically work out at lunchtime. That's like my prime. From lunch to 2 is my best working out time. So maybe it's because I got a late start at 4 p.m. I don't know. I did 7,101 steps. So that's 3 miles and then some change, 3.5 miles. So that's good. That's good. So first of all, I need to look and see what law is. It's beautiful, but it's a little chilly. It's a little cold. It's a little cold. When I was running, I'm learning as I go. Like, I used, and I'm learning a lot from running outside. Okay, so I was right. Listen, I got this guy I was dating once. Ride their bikes along with their coming, and he said that they should ride with their backs with oncoming cars. Listen, let me tell you something. If you gonna mow me the hell down, I'm gonna look you in the eyes as you do it. I want to watch you run me over. Absolutely, like, you absolutely are supposed to run towards traffic. Okay, I think it varies by state. But first of all, this says when running on the road, you should generally run against the flow of traffic, meaning you should be facing oncoming cars, which usually means running on the left side of the road in most countries. This allows you to see approaching vehicles and react quickly if necessary. Who the hell runs with their back facing traffic with cars coming towards them from behind them? Like, okay, so I was right. Running against traffic is considered the safest. So facing cars. Once again, if you're going to run me over, I want to look you in the eyes as you do it. So that's what I was going to talk about. Some safety tips. First of all, when you're out running or walking, try to use the sidewalk or parking lots just to stay out of the streets. But also, like today, I was on my run and it was on a beach, and there's all of these like little hideaway bushes and like palm trees and stuff. And I noticed that there was like homeless encampments in there. You got to pay attention to the bushland in certain areas that are populated, because it's homeless people everywhere. And I'm not saying they'll do anything to you, but you don't want to piss off some crazy meth head that's holed up in a bush ready to kill somebody, because crazier things have happened. And something that I noticed today is that it's smart to run towards traffic, because if your back is to traffic, somebody can stop and say you have earphones in. You can't hear that they stop behind you. You can't hear their feet sneaking up on you when they grab their car. I don't know why anybody thought that it was a good idea to walk with their back towards traffic, but whatever. Maybe this is why we're not dating anymore, okay? if you are facing traffic, if someone stops, you can see that they have stopped the vehicle, and they're getting out. You can determine what they're doing in front of you. If they're behind you, you can't see. And you can't always turn around every 2 seconds to look over your shoulder. That's not smart, especially if you're running. But also, I stay away from paths that have sketchy openings where people could be, especially at night. Like, I wouldn't even run at night if I was a girl. I see some of y'all out here. I'm like, that's just brave. She must not watch any true crime. Or she must be important. If she goes missing, somebody will be looking for her. Must be nice to have security. Oh God. But yeah, I would not run or walk when it is dark outside or the sun is going down. I would not. What is going on? I'm so aggravated with the Wi-Fi services. This is how it is. I went into Metro to see, how much a phone would be. This bitch tries to tell me it's $250 to open up a phone line at Metro PCS or whatever it is. Y'all, they have a free phone switch right now. You get a free phone to switch from any other carrier to Metro. This is the third phone service that has tried to screw me over from the moment that I walked in the door. So what is it? You think I got money? I look like I got money? Why are they doing that? That is a complete scam. You can go online and look it up. This is the third different phone service that I've been to look into switching from Boost Mobile to another service because they offer a free phone with a free switch for the first month. And I get in there, and these people are telling me that it's $600 at the one place in Winston-Salem. They said $600 and something to get a phone and set up a line. Then the next one said $150, and then the Metro today said $250. So it looks like I'm trapped with Boost because everywhere I go is trying to scam me. When clearly on their website it says, switch for free, get a free phone today. What is it? Is it that I'm white and they think that I'm fucking rich or something? They think I'm made of money? Tell me why we got so many scam artists out here nowadays. Phone companies, banks, everywhere, just scamming. But you go to their website and they said you can switch for free and get a damn free phone for the first month. You walk into their business and they trying to charge you $250 for a damn cheap ass phone. Be careful out here, that's all I'm saying. Fucking scams everywhere. Scammers. They're all scammers. Another thing, don't be talking to people either. I don't talk to nobody. Even if I hear somebody try to converse with me, I fucking ignore them. And that's what you need to do. Don't be smiling at people. Don't talk to people. Don't interact with anybody that you meet out walking or running. Anybody. I don't give a shit if they look like a millionaire or look like a bum. Don't be talking to anybody. And if people try to talk to you, you simply say, I don't talk to strangers, and you walk away as quickly as possible. People are weird out here nowadays, y'all. Weird. Maybe it's the area that I'm in. There's a high concentration of drug use, methamphetamines. I mean, people are just tweaked the fuck out down here. Tweaked the fuck out. I just don't see the allure in it, but whatever. What do I know? I'm naturally tweaked out, I guess. Oh, I don't know, man. I went in a store to grab a gallon of water, and I went on my 3-mile run, and I come back, and I'm walking through a parking lot of a gas station, and I have 2 different guys try to talk to me at 2 separate times. I had my music up. I could still hear them, and I just kept it fucking moving. You don't stop. You don't talk. You don't converse. Oh, and another thing. You always need to be carrying a weapon, ladies. Always. Always. I don't care if it's a knife, if it's a can of mace. I don't care. Get creative. Shove it in your sock. Shove it in the side of your pants. Shove it up your ass. I don't care. You need to have a weapon. Don't be out here in these streets thinking that the world is a safe place, because it's not, baby. Unless you Sherry Papini, we might not never see you again. You need to have a weapon at all times. Now, on this run, I took a small can of mace and a knife. I had one in each sock. These socks. So get creative with it. You can't see it when I have it in these socks. That can of mace is small and it fits right in there. It's got a clip on it. Virtually every knife I own has a clip on it, so it clips in there. Now you're going to be able to see that piece, but that's okay. People will think you're crazy. They'll leave you alone. They'll be like, oh, not her. She's carrying and we'll skip her today. Weapons, facing traffic, well-lit areas during daylight. Don't be taking those sketchy alleys and damn... Listen, honey, don't be going anywhere you don't really know well, period. But, yeah, you need to be carrying a weapon and paying attention at all times. Because it's crazy out here. And I can't imagine what it's like in certain cities like California and New York. I bet you can't even walk down the streets in half of those places anymore. At least I ain't got those problems. At least where I'm at most of the time is a bunch of gun-toting Republicans. It does make you feel safer. A high police presence and yeah, it does make you feel safer. And especially when you ain't doing nothing wrong and you ain't the target of their obsession. Like, seriously, what the hell, Eden, North Carolina? Shithole. Yeah, that argument was a knockdown drag out too, let me tell you. Arguing over which way children should ride their bicycles in the road. I'm like, they're supposed to face traffic. He's like, no, they're supposed to have their back towards traffic. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Call me crazy. And then 4 years later, we Google it, and it says you're, in fact, supposed to face traffic. Like I said, if you gonna mow me down, I'm gonna look you in the eyes. And you better hope I don't live, because I'm gonna tell it. Because I'm good at details, and, when, especially, high-risk, adrenaline rush situations, oh, my God, I remember details like crazy. Put me under some stress, honey, and that memory just comes... I can't remember shit when I need to, but put me under duress and I will remember everything. The minutes that it happened, everything under high stress situations. I almost have a photographic memory. I don't know what that is, but yeah, I guess that comes in handy. So if you want to mow me down, if I survive, I'll be able to identify your car and you. Hell, probably see the damn VIN number. When I fly up on the hood, I'm going to be looking down for that VIN number. Hanging onto the hood, trying to see the VIN number. Oh, Lord. Please don't hit me. I'm a bitch. I'll cry. Oh, Lord. And then be out of work for half a year. Oh, God. That was a nice run. 3 miles is today would suck. I don't know what it is. I think it was because I slept in till 6:30. Sleeping in that late kind of throws my whole day off. That's why I like to get up at 3 or 4. Oh, God. Yo, tell me why I'm walking through on the beach and see this woman out in the bushes shit, and I said, Lord, have mercy. Let me just never come back this way again. I got out of there so quick, I broke into a damn run. I'm on the beach, watching the birds, wondering what it's like to feel the weight of the wind and ride on the wind. I'm watching the wind carry them. I turn around, and there's a woman. Yo, it's not funny, but it's just so uncomfortable. It took me by surprise. There's a woman shitting in the bushes. I said, oh, my Lord, that's so sad. I mean, there ain't no bathroom out there. There ain't nowhere to go. Listen, and she's homeless, too. You can tell she's probably on drugs. You can usually tell, in my opinion, the homeless drug addicts from the not so homeless drug addicts. There's usually a lot of small details, hygiene, mannerisms, what they're exactly doing. Because there's homeless people that work full-time jobs, so it's sad, but the homeless people that I've seen in this area are absolutely doing drugs. Not all of them, just the ones that are shitting in bushes. On a Friday at 5, honey, I said, what the hell? It's the YouTube app. It's not the Wi-Fi. It's freaking YouTube. Get it together, YouTube. How long y'all been in business? 15, 20 damn years, and y'all ain't damn updated, reformed, revised, nothing. Y'all need to fix something, honey. A lot, actually. It's YouTube. It keeps kicking me off. Hey, cat. Hope you're doing well. Well, I took an Excedrin and drank some aminos before I went for my run, so now I'm pretty wired up. It's usually my bedtime right now. Hey, Kevin. Miss Courtney, Jeremy. I think wonderfully. There's nothing wrong with me. I think wonderfully. I'm sorry that you think differently. When running on the road with no sidewalk, it's generally safer to run on the left side, facing oncoming traffic. This way you can see vehicles approaching and make the quick decision if necessary. Yes, left. You should be facing traffic that is closest to you so that you can see when they may present a threat to your safety. There are rare, and I do this on skates. There are rare exceptions. For example, a blind curve where approaching traffic cannot see you. So let's say you're going around a left-hand curve, honey, and you're going to be walking towards traffic. They're not going to be able to see you coming around that curve. So you need to cross the road safely, walk down the road past the curve, and then cross back over. I do that all the time on skates because I have common sense. But yeah, blind turns, you need to be careful, right or left, and it's specifically usually left. Well, no, right too, if you're facing traffic, Brooke. So in the UK, you're going to be on the right side. In the UK, this means that you are running on the right-hand side of the road. If there's a bend in the road so that you cannot see oncoming traffic, then cross to the other side, get around the bend, and then cross back again. Who the hell thought it was a good idea to run with your back towards traffic? That is literally such a male thing to say. It must be nice to be able to run down the street and not have to look over your shoulder wondering if some dude's done stopped to damn shove you in the back of his pickup truck. It's such a man thing to say. Me and this guy that I dated got in a huge knockdown drag out over this question. And it was pertaining to his kids. And he told the kids to ride with their back towards traffic. And I said, absolutely not. I said, y'all ride towards traffic so they can see you and you see them. And we had a 2-day argument over this shit. And it turns out I was right. And I remember Googling it back then, and I can't remember what it said. I feel like it said the opposite of what it's saying now. That's crazy. But that was 4.5 years ago, so 4 years ago. 4.5 years ago, something like that. I don't fucking know. So they do have stun gun rings. Stun gun, like, it's a rechargeable stun gun that you can carry in your hand, and it has a prong on it where you can stun gun somebody. Here, let me see if I can blow this up. They're actually sold out right now, but they do have stun guns. See, you can carry that and run. You can even shove that in the waistband of your pants or down in your sock, or put it somewhere on a key ring. Well, don't stun gun yourself. Y'all remember that dumbass back in the day, that girl on the Vine that had the stun gun taser and she tased herself? It is hilarious. Epic. And listen, don't waste your time with a panic keychain alarm. Because I'm telling you right now, ain't nobody going to come help you if they hear that damn thing ringing. And actually, if you were under attack, you are not supposed to say, I'm being raped or I'm being kidnapped. You're supposed to scream fire. Ain't that sad? Don't scream. He's hurting me. Nobody's going to come for you. You scream, fire, fire. Seriously. I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds crazy, but they've done research on it. And you're less likely to get help if you are screaming about an assault, or if they think that it's a domestic violence situation, or if you're getting kidnapped. That poor woman that got yoked from that gas station as everybody sat and watched, I will never get over that. She was literally crawling under cars, screaming for help as bystanders just watched her get yoked out from underneath the car and threw into a different car. I wish I would have been there. They also have phone stun guns, so you can carry that on your run. And I see a lot of y'all with like fanny packs and stuff down here, so you could just shove that in a fanny pack. I mean, if you're under attack, it's going to be hard to access that. Unzip a zipper, if you know. But don't be scared to just run down the street with that bitch strapped in your hand. You ain't breaking the law, honey. It ain't concealed. Ain't nobody going to blame you if you got PTSD like me. Listen, I run with my weapon strapped to my thighs. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Call me crazy, but at least I'm safe and alive, bitch. At least I'm safe and alive. They also have wristband pepper sprayers for joggers. You can strap that to your wrist, your thigh, your forearm. You could probably hide it under here if you get that band around. It looks like it's adjustable. If you can strap it under here, they wouldn't be able to see it. I need me one of them. It's like a billy stick. Oh, yeah. That's what he beat the hell out of him in the movie. Was that Due Date? Zach Galifianakis or whatever, and Robert Downey Jr. and they go into that Western Union to get some money, and the guy's in the wheelchair, and he's like, I gotta be at Chili's. It's Tuesday. I'm meeting the boys. And Robert Downey Jr. and Zach get in an argument with the guy, and the guy is like, I did 2 tours in Afghanistan or something. And he's like, I'll kick your ass. And then they get in a fight and the guy rolls out in a wheelchair. And Robert Downey Jr. is like, no, we ain't gonna fight you. You in a wheelchair. This is crazy. He pulls out one of these. He slings it out. It comes out. And he says, oh, no, I'm handy capable, and beats the shit out of both of them. Great movie if you haven't seen that. I think that was Due Date, but I could be wrong. It was Zach Galifianakis and Robert Downey Jr. He says, I'm handy capable. He beat the hell out of him with that stick. It's like short. It's like this big. You can carry it around. But when you sling it out, it turns into like a billy stick in 3 pieces. It turns into a weapon. And honey, that stuff's made out of steel if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, don't be out here testing your fate in this world. You need to carry something, whether it's a keychain on your keys that's, that you can use to stab somebody in the eye, the throat. And that's another thing. If you're under attack and you do have a weapon, you need to be going for organs and throat and eyeballs. If you don't have a weapon and somebody is attacking you, the best plan of action is to gouge their freaking eyeballs out. You take your thumbs and you shove them all the way into their eye sockets. If they can't see, they can't come after you. Scary to think about, but listen, you need to have a plan when you're out here in these streets, honey, because life is not a joke. Speaking of which, just a day ago, there was a Clayton woman killed after kidnapping. Her vehicle, this is out of St. Louis, a murder victim's car was recovered. As was a vehicle of interest possibly used in the abduction of a Clayton woman who was found shot to death in St. Louis City. According to a spokesperson, no, what are you doing? Go back. The woman was identified as 37-year-old Michelle Hampton. She was kidnapped early morning in front of her home. Y'all think this is a joke? It ain't no freaking joke. She was kidnapped in front of her home and shot. Jesus Christ, they hunted this woman down too. Relatives witnessed the incident and said that Hampton was in the driver's seat of her car with a person in the passenger seat. They followed the vehicle, whoever kidnapped her, followed the vehicle into St. Louis City, but stopped after someone fired shots at her car. Quote, my 16-year-old nephew was shot. The window was broken. The shots came in inches from him and his mother's face, and that's when they stopped chasing the car. Hampton was forced to drive from Clayton to St. Louis, where she was killed and her body was abandoned. Her mother said that when she heard that a body was found, she knew her daughter was dead. She was a mother. Her mother said, she doesn't deserve this. She has done nothing to no one. Everything she has, she worked really hard for. Like, she doesn't do nothing to nobody. She was a giver. She always did for others and did the best that she could with what little she had. So who kidnapped her? Was it an ex-boyfriend? I bet it was an ex-boyfriend. So the homicide division is handling the investigation. The police believe that Hampton was specifically targeted. It sounds like it. Hampton's family pled for the person responsible to turn themselves in, blah, 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 blah. And that's it. That sounds personal, though, y'all. That sounds like somebody that she knew. That sounds really personal. The fact that they shot at her, got her to pull over, let her son out of the car, and only kidnapped her, it sounds very personal. Oh, October 9th of 24, man who kidnapped jogging woman in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, sentenced to prison 5 to 7 years. This is my stomping grounds, North Carolina, Winston-Salem. Wow, 5 to 7 years for kidnapping and R-wording a jogger in 2023. The man who kidnapped a woman while she was jogging in Winston-Salem during a bizarre attack, brazen assault, was sentenced to 5 to 7 years Monday. On August 23rd of 23, a woman was jogging in downtown Winston-Salem. Y'all, it is so busy down there. There's stuff from Trade Street to MLK. It's just people everywhere. That's definitely brazen. She was on Rams Drive. She noticed a stranger following her on foot. That's another thing. That's something that I've been doing. I'm a cute girl. Guys see me on bicycles and Segways and shit, and they want to kind of follow in behind me. Absolutely not. You never let anyone follow you. You switch it up and go the opposite way, baby. Cross the street, get on a different sidewalk, and go the opposite way of whoever is gotten in behind you. You never let anyone follow you. Now, it's a whole different story if you're in like a rich area and you ain't got nothing to worry about. I'm talking about if you anything like me. Out here in these actual streets. She tried to get away from the stranger, and he was later identified as 19-year-old Dylan Smyers by running away. She tried to get away from him by running away. As she was running downtown Salem Avenue and approaching US 421 underpass, Smyers ran up to her from behind and grabbed her in a bear hug. He attempted to pull her off the roadway into a more secluded area. She struggled and yelled for help. Smyers then began to lead her towards the underpass by pulling her by the wrist and telling her to come with him, that he would not hurt her. Girl, bite the shit out of him or something. She was eventually able to break away and call 911. Smyers was wearing brown pants, a neon yellow shirt, and driving a work truck, which gave him the appearance of working for a construction company or landscaping company. This is very common too. Usually it's a police uniform or a construction worker uniform, or hell, there was that home invasion a few weeks ago where they were acting like they were from the city or whatever to rob the home, and they shot and killed the damn elderly couple. The woman was wearing a smartwatch at the time of the assault and attempted kidnap, and investigators were later able to identify Smyers' DNA on the watch. Smart. The Winston-Salem Police Department searched the area and discovered a nearby building associated with the Winston-Salem University had an outdoor camera that captured the footage of Smyers. The footage showed Smyers arriving in the work truck and approaching the area where he attempted to abduct the jogger on foot. Police got into contact with Smyers' employer once the work truck was identified, and they identified Smyers as the employee assigned to that vehicle. Prosecutors say that the company fully cooperated with the investigation. Smyers agreed to be interviewed by detectives and confessed to them that he grabbed the jogger and indicated that he did so with the intent to have sex with her. The jogger also identified Smyers as the person who assaulted her. She says, "I'm just screaming at the top of my lungs. I'm looking around. There's nobody in sight, and so I thought that was it for me." Girl, no. Stop looking around and start fighting his bitch ass. Punch the shit out of him, kick him in the dick, bite his nose off if you have to. If he's coming at you and won't let you go, you beat the hell out of him. Take every ounce of anger you've ever had out on that son of a bitch. And she managed to get free, so it sounds like she was fighting, at the very least trying to pull away from him, because it says that he had her hands. Honey, my foot would have been in your crotch. That's all. If you got my hands, my feet going towards that area. Best believe. Play if you want to. Listen, I was restrained a lot as a kid, so when you spent half your childhood restrained, you learned some smooth techniques, let me tell you. My favorite is the headbutt, just to let you know. I will headbutt a son of a bitch in a heartbeat if they got my hands pinned. I'm coming for your face. So she says, we were passing underneath this bridge. and even fewer people can see us. He grabs me from behind and started to pull me away from the road towards a downhill ditch kind of landscape. Girl, bye. He got 5 to 7 years and he's going to get out and do it again. She says that she expressed gratitude towards the officers who tracked him down. Yeah, I agree. Thank God they did their job, right? The bare minimum, doing their job. She says, I'm so happy because it's not just justice. It's also showing how strong our city's police department is and to hopefully discourage other criminals. Girl, you are living in la-la land. You almost got kidnapped and killed. And you are praising the Winston-Salem crooked-ass sheriff's department? This is what I mean. And she probably don't know. She probably don't know the truth about that place. On Monday, Smyers was sentenced to a minimum of 64 months. 68 months and a maximum of 94. And that is for imprisonment, and he's going to go to prison on charges of first-degree kidnapping, sexual battery, and possession of a controlled substance. What'd I say? These cases happen when they're on drugs. And he actually had that controlled substance on jail premises, so that means that he tried to sneak it into the jail when he was arrested, in my opinion. Smyers also must register as a sex offender for 30 years. Why for 30 years? Why are we just... No, for forever. See, this is why I'm leaving North Carolina. This is why I'm out of North Carolina. This man just tried to probably R-word and murder this girl, and he got 5 to 7 years, and he only has to be on the registry for 30 years. Who thinks that he's going to get out and actually kill somebody next time? These things escalate. They do not stop happening. These perpetrators, their minds are not wired right. There is no reform. No amount of therapy or medication will change the desire for them to rape and kill. We need to fast track these people to death penalty. Plain and simple. Because he will do this again. What was his name? We'll see that name again. Dylan Smyers. And you know, the crazy thing is, where's a picture of the kid? He's 19 out here doing this. Let me see if I can find a picture of him. DY. Yeah. He looks pretty depraved. So we'll see that name again because he'll be out soon. How scary. Jesus Christ. There's like... story after story of missing joggers. So sad. Y'all just be careful out here. I've had some creepy shit go down. And always run facing traffic. So if they mow you over and you do live, you can snitch, okay? You saw the car. And that's another thing. It's really hard to look down at the ground and look at your surroundings. I've gotten better at that. What I like to do is look down, scan for about 50 yards, make sure nothing's in the way, and then look up and make sure that nobody is around me. Like, you just got to be careful because people are crazy. And I have guys all the time trying to damn talk to me, and I'm just like, earphones, I can't hear you. I just ignore them. I don't even look up or anything when they speak. I just look forward and keep it fucking moving. You know, you have to, because people are vampires, you know? They'll drain your energy and they'll use you. You just got to be careful. Not everybody is good people. The good ones are few, far, and in between, unfortunately, nowadays. And you gotta stay guarded and safe. And it's up to you to do that. So it's okay if you look crazy running down the street with a damn taser strapped to your back. Don't feel bad about it. Don't feel bad about it. It is not your fault. It's the cracks in society, okay? It's the cracks in society. But we got 19-year-olds out here kidnapping and, trying to kidnap 30-something-year-old women, which is, scary. I guess I'm about to go get dinner. I'm really not tired, but I guess I will be in about an hour. It feels like 6 o'clock. Probably because I slept in today. Will you go? I cleaned up, but I can't really tell because I got so much shit in here. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Between my kitchen, water and laundry detergent, the whole protein everywhere. My car is turning into a junk. It's turning into a junk mobile because I have all of this stuff. Like, I usually keep it minimalistic so that I can find what I need. But here recently, since I added the cookware and the cooking utensils and dish rags and damn water supply and protein supply, like, now it's getting junky. I might have to come up with a better, when I get back to North Carolina for court, I might have to come up, oh my God, my abs hurt so bad, y'all. They hurt worse today than they did yesterday, and I can't believe I trained them in 2 days in a row. When I get back to North Carolina, I might have to rearrange everything, pull everything out, and reset everything back up because it's just not as organized as it could be. I need to come up. I need to probably just build something out eventually. There's spare wood everywhere. Like, there's spare wood. I've got spare wood. I could actually build something in here. It's just getting a damn table saw or skill saw or circle saw to do so, and then measuring it all out and building a blueprint and setting it up, and it's a freaking week event. If I'm going to do it, I want to do it right. I want to do it good. Where's my vape? I want to do it the right way, and I want to do it nice. And what I would actually probably do is build a box with 2 hatches. I would build a platform with hatches that have storage down in there. Like, you know how I have the foot lockers now that open? I would build a platform like that had hatches that open on each side like it already is with those plastic boxes. It would be very similar to the setup I have now, except I would build a box. How can I explain it? Where's my chalkboard? I've already thought about it, but this is like the simple version, and I'm sure I would have to modify it. Oh, Mr. Chalkboard, where are you at? There it is. So I would build a box. So let me think the best way to do this. Okay, front seat. My seats. Car. Okay. So those are the front seats. So what I would do is I would build a box. And this actually would probably be just one piece of plywood all the way across. Some kind of stabilized, maybe 2 pieces. I mean, I don't know if plywood will hold my ass. It will. But I want to have a hatch that opens. I want the hatch to open here, like open up like it does back there. But I want to be able to shove stuff under here, like spare blankets, pots and pans, whatever. So I want a hatch that opens, and then I want this to be open, like a cubby, that I can shove stuff back there under there. So it's not a hard concept. I would need 1, 2, 3, 4. I probably do it, I don't know, with 3 big pieces of plywood, maybe 2. I would need some hatch. The little, I don't know what shit's called. I just know how to go find it. You know what I mean? I would need the, like the cabinet latches I don't know what them damn things are called. You know what I'm talking about. The little latches, so I can lift up the thing and the top won't come off. I'd need maybe like 3 or 4 of those across the top. And maybe some kind of locking mechanism. Maybe like just bolt lock the damn thing. Put a lock on the side with a little clasp lock, you know, that goes over and you can bolt lock it. Just to add some security. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. It wouldn't be hard to do. The hardest part is going to be leveling it out. Probably some 2x4s, attach the plywood, just make a simple, cheap-ass platform for the bed. I think that's the best. And I do want, like I said, I want cubbies on each side. When I open up the back door, I can just open the hatch and look down in there and find what I need like I do now. And I'm actually glad that I started out like this because it helped me come up with a better plan to be more organized in here at a later time when I do decide to build out or build in, whatever. Yeah. Anybody that has a truck could do that. Anybody that's got a 4-door truck, you can do it. It wouldn't be hard as long as you can get that back seat out. And I took the back seat out of this by myself. Sure did. I do most of the stuff, the battery, the back seat, like, I don't give a fuck. If there's a will, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. Hell, I took the front bumper off. Hell, they probably would have charged me $200-300 to take that damn thing off at the dealership. They would have been like, oh my God, labor. Shut up, Susan. I'm not paying $300 for y'all to do something I can do my damn self. I can do it my damn self, and probably a better job and quicker. Ain't that right? Tomorrow, I've got to go see about getting a damn tire. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't have the money to buy a tire, but I might be able to swing getting that one patched. The issue is it's bald as hell, and it's a big-ass hole. So who's to say I get it patched, I get halfway back to my house, and then, you know, back to North Carolina for court, Eden, and the damn thing go flat on me in the middle of some random state. That's what I'm worried about. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm super stressed. I need to open up a bank account. Now I don't have money to do that, so I don't know what I'm going to do about showering when I get back to North Carolina for court. I have nowhere to shower up there because I don't have a gym membership. Not anymore. And I'm not going back to Planet Fitness. As a matter of fact, I blocked their asses on my email because they keep sending me emails to join the gym again. No, but y'all don't want me in there, remember? It was a problem for me to film men in the ladies' room, remember? You freaking freaks. Yo, just remember in 30 years when we're talking about how crazy it was in 2024, remember I stood on ground, okay? Because that's some bullshit. I was literally in there about to take a dump, and this dude is like all in my face, mopping the fucking floor under my feet. I'm sitting on the toilet. I'm sitting on the toilet, and there is a man in the ladies' room mopping under my feet. Sometimes I be thinking they setting me up to see me snap. I really do. When I look back on that whole experience at that gym on Peters Creek Parkway, you bunch of fucking freaks. Peters Creek Parkway, Winston-Salem, North Carolina. That is the worst gym Planet Fitness owns, in my opinion. But every time I went in there, there was a man in the women's locker room. Every time. Every single day. I ain't crazy. Drop your kids off there if you want to, but I think you're crazy. I think that if you're the type of person that would drop your kids off at Planet Fitness, you probably don't need kids. We're talking about grooming here. And it absolutely happens in a setting where there are children and adults. When there is a displace of power, when there is a power imbalance because of age, there always will be. I don't care if you're 20 and 80. The person that's 80 has the power, baby. I know that 20-year-old, she might think she does, but she doesn't. When we're talking about a 12-year-old and a 20-year-old, there's a power imbalance. That 20-year-old has the power. That 12-year-old does not know what is going on in reality. You know? Like, It's sickening. It's sickening that the gym that allows men in women's spaces also allows children in the gym. And nobody thinks that's weird. Fun fact, Planet Fitness is owned by brothers. Well, the franchise got started. Yeah, and they've been firm supporters of the LGBTQ plus for however long. You can buy Planet Fitness and buy into the franchise. It's not hard to do. Most of the ones that most people go to are privately, ran, and they have all of them have different rules and, whatever. They all kind of stand for the same shit, though, in my opinion. I mean, once again, if you're on that side of the fence, then you're complicit in corruption, just like the police station, just like the police, just like the government. It's sickening. It's just crazy that I had that issue. And, the woman that called the law on the guy in North Carolina, that got thrown in the media and it got swept under the rug. And then 2 weeks later, there was another guy that went to a different Planet Fitness in North Carolina, and he had his penis out with a bottle of lotion asking women to shower with him. His ass went to jail. But it's okay with the man that had a beard that was shaving in the sink to be around a naked 12-year-old girl who was in the same locker room as him. Why didn't he go to jail? Oh, that's right, because he identified as a female with a beard. I'm glad I ain't got to worry about that where I am. They'll lock your ass up for that. Yeah, we have laws against that here. Yeah, we do. We do. No man is coming into my female space here. I can promise you that. You'll go to jail today, because I'm calling the law, honey, after I get done whooping your ass. Oh, don't worry. No, he's not going to harm anyone. His head's in the toilet with his hands tied behind his back. Yeah. Okay, I'll be waiting out front. Yeah, for real. Fucking for real. Think I won't. Oh, at least I don't have to worry about that shit here. God, it's so weird. I feel bad for anyone that feels confused. And I really feel bad for the people that have been victims of the LGBTQ plus and their propaganda and their brainwashing. And all of these children that have been transitioning, they're going to grow up. And they're going to have a hard life because of the physical and mental torture that they've put their bodies and minds through. And it was all in an attempt to make money. Let's not forget what the mission was. The mission was money. It's a $2 billion industry. And all of these people are victims of bullshit. And I think that these conversations have already started with detransitioners. These conversations have been started. And we're seeing more and more kids come out. And I think that we are going to look back on this time as the worst medical malpractice in the history of the United States. The genocide of children. It's crazy. But I'm crazy, right? I mean, I am, but this shit makes me crazy. I'm telling you. All right, I'm gone. I'm going to get food. Oh, did I tell y'all one last thing? I'm sitting in a Wendy's parking lot, and I just wanted to remind you that you can eat all of the vegetables, chicken, yogurt, milk, all of that you want. But if you have 2 junior bacon cheeseburgers, you are over your calorie intake for the day. Just to let you know. You can eat all the good stuff that you want, the healthy food that you want. But if you have 2 junior bacon cheeseburgers, anything else, you're already over your calorie limit for the day. So just keep that in mind when you're thinking about fast food, because fast food is really bad for you. Really, really bad for you. But I love you guys, and we'll talk tomorrow. I don't know what we're going to talk about yet. I guess whatever happens tonight that brings up a topic. I'm trying to go get food and go to bed, but y'all know I just be seeing all kinds of shit. Like, crazy. That woman crapping in the bushes, I said, Lord have mercy, I feel so bad for her. Listen, when you gotta go, you gotta go. Just remind me to never go running over there again. I took off running so fast, and the thing was, I hadn't been running, I'd been walking. I didn't walk like a mile and a half, but when I saw her in the bush, bent over, I said, Lord have mercy, that's Jesus telling me to get back, that I need to go run. I took off. Like, oh God, I feel so bad for people, I really do. But once again, a lot of the people in this area, you can see that there are drugs involved. And, plain and simple, some people, they don't want help. They don't want to get clean. And unfortunately, they'll end up in jails, institutions, or death, because that's where most people end up that are doing drugs, that continue to do drugs, that don't strive to get clean, that don't want to do better. They end up dead. And it's sad, but, it ain't my business if people want to go kill themselves, I get it. I used to want to die too. That's why I did heroin, so I get it. And everybody, has to come around at their own time. And there ain't no reason for you to try to talk to somebody that's on drugs, heavily on drugs, like a lot of these people I've been seeing out here. There ain't no reason to get involved with nobody like that or even try to talk to them, because you ain't going to change their mind, honey. If anything, they going to rob you or try to swindle you out of some money. So the best thing you can do is just ignore people, especially as a girl. I always wear my ear pods now, because that's a way for me to ignore people. I just pretend like I don't hear motherfuckers. Keep it moving. That's what you gotta do. You gotta be cold-hearted sometimes to keep yourself safe. But I love you guys, and pray for me, because God knows I need it. And I'm praying for y'all, and we'll talk sometime. Bye, y'all.